Morning everyone, showing 0 degrees on my clock at the moment. On the way to work, usual traffic, very busy. Let's just do a little recap on filtering. Do remember, if there's been a frost or a ground frost of any kind, these white lines are usually the last thing to thaw out, so do watch out for that. So people being distracted playing with sat navs, some other people like this checking the mirrors, so thank them. I often get people asking, because my bike makes no noise, how do people see me? Same as they do a bicycle. Some of them watch, some don't. I've had people move over on me when I've or pull over on me rather, which is dangerous, when I've had a noisy bike too. It's not down to you to rely on them to watch out for you. It's down to you to watch out for them. Now there was one lawyer on a... Sorry, I was just watching that van then. There was one lawyer on an interview. He's moved over for me. There's still no guarantee. He could have been texting and steering into the curb. But there was this lawyer talking about you can be up to something like 20 miles an hour faster than the car that you're filtering past. But if that car's doing 15 miles an hour, I don't think 35 is a safe speed to go down the middle of traffic, do you? So there's no hard and fast rule. It's basically a safe speed. When the vehicles are doing a faster speed sometimes, it's just not worth filtering. Also, you've got to watch for gaps. For example, this Mini now could have gone over into that gap. I'm always watching for them changing lanes. As long as the two cars are directly next to each other, there's a much lower chance of them pulling over, of course, because they haven't got a gap to pull into. There's a bag on the floor in front of me there, so I'm going to time it quite nicely inside the bag. Now when you've got large lorries like this, he's moved over, look. It was a definite move, thank you. With these large lorries, I tend to personally find that a lot of lorry drivers do use the mirrors a lot. So have you noticed how many cars are moving over for me here? And I'm on an electric bike. You're going to get the odd idiot that doesn't like people pushing in. But even then, when I'm watching him, even then when I moved over, that car didn't let me in, but I still thanked him anyway. So if he's thinking I'm an idiot, it usually disarms them to let them know that I'm acknowledging the fact that I've kind of pushed in, because with filtering you kind of have. I also hear people saying, well, I filter because I don't want to get rear-ended. That's a bit of a weak argument, to be honest with you. The rear end, excuse me sniffing. Oh, here we go. The rear ending quite often is because you've not watched your mirrors enough to warn them, or to plan ahead enough that there's something happening in front of you. Have a look at my upload on how not to get rear-ended. In fact, I'll put a link up here. Bing. Sometimes when it comes to the front of the traffic, I choose not to go to the front of the traffic, partly because initially maybe the lights have been on red for a long time and they'll start to change as I'm creeping through, and that kind of puts me in more danger than I'd like. And secondly, because there's no real advantage to be made. If I do end up pulling in front of the vehicle at the front of the queue, then when I do pull away, I sometimes again just give them a little thank you. Even if they are peed off that I've pushed in, again it disarms them, doesn't it? So that's a brief recap on filtering. I've got other uploads on filtering as well. But do remember to try and avoid sitting in cars' blind spots any more than you need to. And blind spot isn't just the mirror, it's also things like your A, B and C pillars. It's down to you to make yourself more visible for them, not down to them just to watch out for you, because that takes away a little bit of control from you, doesn't it? Well, it was a very quick upload. Watch this car here. Now I'm just going to get past them. I try to sit in the gaps, not in the traps of the blind spots. So feel free to comment if there's anything I may have missed. Remember, most of my, or all of my uploads are just on the fly. So it's highly possible there'll be little bits and bobs that I missed out on. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.